you all know, during the month of August, we're going to be interviewing women from different fields, from entrepreneurs, entertainment, in the corporate world. Our first guest for this month is Tsandiwe Zondi. Good day, man.
Good day, good day.
How are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm fine, man. Can you please give us a quick background about yourself?
So, I am Tsandiwe Zondi, the founder and CEO of Faith Inspired Tribe. But before that, I am a twin, I am a sister, I am an aunt, I am just a family-orientated person, yeah.
Okay, what made you choose entrepreneurship instead of going into the corporate world like everyone else?
Yeah, I've never imagined myself having a career or in the corporate space. Rather, I have imagined myself as an entrepreneur. I have imagined myself as a business from a very young age. I remember primary school during those career days, primary school here. I remember when everyone came dressed up as a policewoman, everyone came dressed up as a nurse and everything. Then I came there wearing all formal and everything. So my teacher was like, okay, so Sandia, what are you? I'm like, I'm a businesswoman. I'm a businesswoman. And she was like, okay, okay. And ever since, my mind has never changed. I've forever seen myself owning companies. I've forever seen myself just, being that serious businesswoman.
And ever since I've known you, I've always known you as a person who wanted to own a business.
Exactly.
And through those days, your favorite car was a Range Rover. You wanted to start a construction company.
Even now, my favorite car is still a Range Rover.
Yeah. A construction company.
Exactly.
Okay, let me introduce you quick to my friends. Tsandiwe Zondi is the founder and the CEO of Faith Tribe Inspired Holdings.
Faith Inspired Tribe.
Also, Faith Inspired Tribe Holdings. She's also a saving leader at the CTS South Africa. Correct, ne?
Yes, you are.
Okay, what is this company all about?
Which company? Faith Inspired Tribe. Faith Inspired Tribe is a Christian apparel company which aims to inspire, empower, and uplift other faith workers through our apparel.
Okay, you wanna bring back the message of positivity through your clothes?
Exactly. I just want to send out to the world a very positive message through my apparel.
But I see your branding is quite unique from the local ones. What made you choose to come up with a different name that is going to be inspirational and motivating in a way?
I love faith so much. Faith is a very important component in my life. So when I had to come up with something, and I was like, you know what, why don't I just, because I love God, I love business, I love everything. So I'm like, why don't I combine two of these things that I love and just make something out of it? And Faith Inspired Tribe came out, yeah.
So don't you think that it's important as a person to know yourself, discover your passion and turn it into something that you can make a living out of it?
That is very important. That is very important for you as an individual to know yourself and to know your passions, rather, because your passions, that is what God wants you to do. For me, my passion was apparel, my passion was faith. So I was like, you know what, let me just create a business out of it, because also for me that was very important, to do something that I love to do something that I will not be dragged to, hey, do this. I wanted to do something that I would love to do every day of my life.
So what would you say to young people who are not doing something that they're passionate about?
Yeah, you are wasting your precious time. You are wasting your precious time. You should be doing something with that thing that you love. You should be at least, that thing should be bringing you income. That thing should be bringing bread into the table and everything else. So if you're not doing what you love and not making money out of it, I really don't know what to say. Exactly.
And surely you don't mind working the entire day without taking a break from your business?
I do not mind. I do not mind. I don't even mind skipping soapies just to work on my business. I don't even mind skipping a party just to work on my business. That's how much I love it.
And it's gonna take you places. Because it's
Exactly.
pointless to do something that you're not passionate about.
Very pointless, very pointless.
So how did you cover your purpose or your passion, as per se?
How did I
Discover.
how did I discover my passion? Well, I love Instagram so much.
Yeah.
So when I was going through Instagram and everything, I saw I do follow a few people that own apparel companies and everything. So when it came to me, I was like, you know what? Let me just use my social media page to just inspire and do things that I love, post stuff that I like, because also I do love giving out inspiration quotes and whatsoever. I was like, you know what, let me just do that. And through posting and everything, that is when I started to see this is what I want to do. This is what I would like to have this company. This is what exactly I want to have in life.
And you mentioned something that you use the Instagram page like to draw inspiration.
Exactly.
So what's important about following the right people in your life, like social media? Because most of the time we spend our time on social media as young people.
It is very important for you to follow people that inspire you, follow people that push you to want to be a better person, not just follow people because of gossip or anything. Remember, as a person, you also need to grow. So if you follow people that will help you grow as an individual. Because it's pointless to follow people just for gossip and everything. Remember, everyone is living their lives. And also, you need to live a life that God wants you to live. And if someone inspires you to live that life, follow that person.
So who are some of your people who inspire you? If you don't mind mentioning them on camera.
Oh my gosh, I have so many inspirations, and they're not from South Africa. I have Crystal Perkins from I don't know, overseas. I don't know, cause recently she just posted that she moved from Atlanta, so I don't know where she's based now. But I have Crystal Perkins. Kristen Perkins is the owner of God and Goals. So most inspiration comes from here.
Okay, can I ask something before I forget? Where can people find you on social media? Which page?
People can find me on social media. It's Instagram and Facebook. Standiwe Zondi, that's my personal account. And they can also find Faith Inspired Tribe on Facebook and Instagram. Yeah.
Okay, that's where, guys, that's where you can find it. If you want one of our merchandises, that's where you can find it.
Exactly, you can DM for any inquiries.
Can you please zoom this thing? Okay, how much do your items cost, your branding?
So my prices are for t-shirts, they're still on 150 rand, and the hoodies are still 300 rands until further notice.
So do you only supply hoodies and t-shirts only?
For now, that's what I want to specialize in. Yeah. I will also have dresses and just in due time.
And get your money, man. Life goes on. I'm hopeful. Yes, I am hopeful for today.
Okay, what are some of your plans for the summer designs?
Well, some of my plans for the summer designs, I've got quite a few, hey? So people should be on the lookout via my social media pages and everything. I will post everything there.
Okay, how's this coronavirus thing affected your business?
Yeah, I mean, at first it did affect my business, hey? But because most of where I cleaned, most of where I buy the clothes and everything, they were closed and everything. So literally I had to stop everything, stop with the orders and everything. But now since the country is opening up and everything, it doesn't really affect me much.
Okay, what are some of the lessons that entrepreneurs should learn from this COVID-19 thing? Do you think that business will operate in the old traditional way where we have to go to
No.
offices and all of that?
Like businesses now should adapt to most of the things. They should have at least employees working from home. They should now, apparel businesses should now open online stores and everything, since we cannot now just freely go to the malls and everything. So now people need to adapt on online shopping. We need to try online shopping and everything else.
So are you planning on going online shopping with your business?
I am. I want most of my merchandise to be found online. I am planning to go online just in due time.
And then another advantage about online, people can shop anytime, there are no specific hours.
Exactly.
And they can access merchandise anywhere in the world.
Exactly. That's what I like about online shopping.
Yeah, and that's what you should use technology for.
Exactly.
So when did your business start?
When did my business start? So, truly speaking, 2019, early 2019, I had this business idea. I had registered the company. I had done everything 2019. But I had no merchandise. Literally, I had no merchandise. I just had an idea. I just had a registered company. I just had a business account. But I had nothing to sell. I literally didn't have anything up until 2020. That's when everything manifested. That's when I had these merchandise. That's when I have the t-shirts and everything. So I don't know when did it start. So, yeah.
But don't you think it's important to just start? Even if you don't have the capital and the resources, just get started. Everything will follow.
It is important to just start at everything. You know, if also, well, on my side, I'm really thankful for the delay, because it gave me time to think, time to come up with new ideas, time to just modify everything. But for entrepreneurs, it is very important for you to start. Whenever you have a business idea, whenever you have anything, it is important for you to just start. Stop waiting for confirmation, stop waiting for advices, stop waiting for I don't know what. You just need to start your business. And when operating in everything, believe you me, a way forward will come up.
True, because even when I started my company, it took me 6 months to get started and to make my first profit. Then paperwork was done, everything was registered, but there was no activity happening. For 6 months, also had ideas as to how I can implement the business and whatsoever.
And it took me a whole year. It took me a whole year.
So do you think if you did not register your business, were you going to be able to start up the business working this year?
I'm not sure, hey, I'm not sure, but you know what, like considering the apparel company, I think it is very important for one to register it, so that you can even if people can trust your brand and everything, it needs to be registered.
True, so that you can be more professional.
Exactly.
And you mentioned something about writing down your ideas. Can you please emphasize on that point?
Yeah, writing down your ideas is very, very important. You know, it's one thing I do so much, because I know, but you know what, the mind forgets easily.
True, yeah.
So when you write things down, even, you know what, it's easy to just go back and remind yourself and everything. Because you know what, writing things down, I remember I wrote some ideas down so many years back and everything, and I didn't use them that time, but now I am definitely using each one of them, and now at least I can modify them, I can just do them better.
Yeah, when people, you see, it's important to write down all your ideas and plans so that you can refer and reflect on your ideas as time goes on.
Exactly.
Even the Bible talks about writing down your ideas.
Exactly, write everything down.
So how often do you read your ideas or your vision board?
Whenever, you know, whenever I want to come up with new ideas or anything, I just go back to what I had written and so a while back and everything, just to check what can I do now, what can I use now and everything.
Then there was this point I wanted to ask. How did you raise your capital? Because most young people use capital as an excuse for starting.
Exactly. Capital is forever the problem. Everyone is looking for capital, hey, but I didn't have much stress on capital because I had people, close people to me, wanting to help me, wanting to support the business and everything. But to start with this design and everything, I remember I had met with this guy in a taxi. When I met with this guy, who's currently my partner, when I met with him, we just had those small taxi conversations and everything. And then I ended up telling him what I would like to do. I had registered my company and everything, and he did like the idea. So he just offered to help me with everything, because even financially it didn't be much stress, because he was like, you know what, I will help you, it's fine.
And for someone who comes from a background where they don't have much support in terms of capital, what advice would you give them?
Gosh, raising capital is one of the hardest things to do. But also, also what helped me was that when I was applying for jobs and this program was CTA, what I had in mind was like, you know what, I will work full time so that I can support my side hustle. What I had in mind was like, you know what, if I can find a job today, at least I will use the money that I get there to fulfill my dream and everything. So for any young person out there, if you have an opportunity to just find a job, find employment just anywhere, find that employment and use it to fuel your dreams and everything else. Because it helps very much.
Sometimes people often say, I don't have capital to start up a business, but every week they're drinking,
they
go to cinemas, they go to restaurants. Don't you think you can use that cash to start up your business?
Exactly. All the money you're spending on alcohol and everything else, that also is the capital you need. It is the capital you need, believe you me. You just need to be, in fact, you just need to know how serious you are about starting that business. If you are serious, you will use all the money to just fulfill your dreams.
True. And people think this entrepreneurship is a whole nice journey where you have private jets and whatsoever. Can you please tell them about the humble beginnings? How tough it is?
Yeah, entrepreneurship is very tough. You know what, it's a very lonely journey also. And you know what, as much as people show it on social media, it's very amazing. You have your Allegro. Allegro is one of the people I follow. She makes entrepreneurship look so fantastic. And bear in mind, there are sleepless nights, there are stresses that come with it and everything. But you know what's because I do pray a lot, it helps also, because for me, just to, when I come, maybe I've had a stressful day and everything, my company things are just stuck, things are not going anywhere, because there are those times when you feel like, okay, there are no orders, no one is ordering your merchandise, no one is doing anything, it's so stressful and everything. I'm like, God, what am I going to do now? And for me, prayer calms me down. For me, prayer does calm me down. And just to go back and just check with everything, start everything afresh. But that's how.
And which is one quality that keeps you motivated when everything is not going well in business? What keeps you motivated?
What keeps me motivated? My family does. Especially when you know why you're doing something. I believe we all know our backgrounds, we all know where we come from, we all know what we want to achieve. So that should be motivating you. Because also, I know where I want to go also. So that keeps me motivated. God keeps me motivated, but you know what? Greater things are to come. So I'm like, you know what, God? Just that is my motivation.
And you know what most people don't understand? They want to start big, but they don't want to start small.
People are afraid of starting
Small,
small.
yeah.
People are afraid. And believe you me, we get our strength in these humble beginnings. Nothing great today started big.
Yeah.
They all had to start somewhere. We all need to start somewhere. I might start with this now, but no, I know what I want to grow as an individual. I want my company to grow and everything else. So now I'm like, you know what? Let me not be ashamed of my humble beginnings, but rather let me draw inspiration from them. Let them be the key and the thing that fuels me to become a greater person in everything.
True. Because if you can make it this brand part, so I'm sure you're familiar with it.
Yeah, I am. But gosh, that person. Who, Theo?
Yeah, Theo Baloyi.
Theo Baloyi. And when you check his history and everything else, and check the brand today, it's just something else. I am very much inspired by Ipatu also. I am.
And check, it started in a room from Alex.
Exactly.
And last week they launched their night show.
Exactly.
You see the power of starting small but thinking big.
Exactly. I'm very much inspired by Ipatu. I don't know.
You came from heaven, yes.
So what advice can I give to a young person who wants to be an entrepreneur? Number one, entrepreneurship is not one of the easiest, and you'll face many obstacles and whatsoever. But it is very important for you to get started. Start with that business. Start with that what you're passionate about. And I'm pretty much sure God will show you through. God will see you through in faith.
True, yeah. Just follow your passion and
Follow
everything
your
will fall.
passion, exactly.
So can you please tell us about the organization that you are currently serving at?
Oh, I'm currently serving at CTA South Africa, which is an organization. And primarily we serve in schools, primary schools level. And we just make the schooling environment fun for children. Yeah, we do help out. We do assist the teachers, we do assist in the soup kitchen, we do assist maybe security if they need our help and anything. We just create a safe environment. And now during this pandemic, we just make sure if the schools follows the COVID-19 regulations and everything.
So what motivated you to join this organization?
What motivated me? Actually, a friend, I didn't know about this organization at first, but a friend of mine was serving in the organization. And, at times we could have conversations and everything. So that actually really inspired me. And when the applications came out, he was like, friend, here are the applications and everything. Why don't you join CTA also? And that's how I joined.
Okay, what are the last few words you'd have to say to our fans and audience at home?
Last words. Oh my gosh, I talk too much. Hey, I just hope this one becomes brief. Hey. But my last words would be that find your passion in life. Find what you're passionate about. Let it make money for you. Create employment if you have to. Let us stop waiting for government jobs. Let us stop waiting for confirmations for us to start working on our dreams and everything else. Remember that everyone has a gift in life, and it is for you to find out what that gift is. And for me, as faith-inspired as I am, because I love God so much, I believe, find what God has created you for and work on that thing. If it has to make you money, let it make money for you.
True. And one of the topics that I'm gonna be focusing on this channel is purpose. Maybe we should have another session where we dive into purpose.
Exactly. I wouldn't mind to be part of it.
And thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
It's a pleasure. May you please continue to share, like, and subscribe. Thank you.